Number 34. The ratio of cats to dogs at the city animal shelter today is 5 to 6. There are 35 cats at the shelter. How many dogs are at the shelter today? So we have the ratio of cats to dogs is 5 to 6. And we know that there are 35 cats at the shelter, so cats are in the numerator, the number of dogs are in the denominator, and the question is saying how many dogs are at the shelter today. So that's what we're trying to find, how many dogs are at the shelter if there's 35 cats. And so if we look, these are equivalent ratios, so 5 multiplied by what number equals 35, and we'll use the inverse property of multiplication, which is division, to find the multiplier. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 5 times 7 is 35. So if we have 7 times the number of cats, then we have 7 times the number of dogs. So 6 multiplied by 7 equals 42. So there are 42 dogs at the shelter. Number 36. A car driving across country traveled 180 miles in 4 hours. So we have 180 miles in 4 hours. At this rate of speed, how many miles farther will a car travel in the next 3 hours? So we know in 3 hours, but we don't know how many miles. So how many miles in 3 hours? So we need to find the variable for m. And if we look at these equivalent ratios, and we're going from 4 to 3, so if we find the multiplier, we know the multiplier is going to be less than 1 because it's reducing. It's reducing in value. So if I want to know 4 multiplied by what equals 3, so the inverse property of multiplication is division. So if we do 3 divided by 4, we get 75 hundredths. And if I multiply 4 multiplied by 75 hundredths, that'll equal 3. 180 multiplied by 75 hundredths equals 135. So it would be 135 miles. The other way to solve this is to first find the unit rate for 1 mile, and we can do 180 divided by 4, which would give us 45 miles per hour. And if we know that's 45 miles per hour, and we're looking for 3 hours, we would do 3 hours multiplied by 45 miles, which equals 135 miles in 3 hours. Number 38. The scale on a road map is listed as 1 inch to 80 miles. So we have 1 inch to 80 miles. On the map, Belleville and San Jose are 1.5 inches apart. So we have 1.5 inches. What is the actual distance in miles between the two cities? So here's the m. We don't know the actual distance, so we use the variable m. And we look at the multiplier. 1 multiplied by which number equals 1.5. Well, this is the identity property multiplication. Anything multiplied by 1 equals the value. So it's 1 multiplied by 1.5 equals 1.5. And if we multiply the number of inches by 1.5, we're going to multiply the number of miles by 1.5. So we get 80 multiplied by 1.5 equals 120. So 120 miles between the two cities.